Dr. Kemi Politrix. It's Tuesday, the 9th of December, 2025. Let's talk about the latest with Burkina Faso and the Nigerian Air Force. So most of you woke up and you heard that overnight this news broke that Nigerian soldiers, Air Force to be specific, were captured by the Burkina Faso government because they violated airspace and they could have been shut down and neutralized. Haha, that's scary. Scary because 3 days ago, Benin Republic was literally almost taken over by a coup by some military officers. And Nigeria sent fighter jets to literally thwart the coup. Nigeria said they dislodged the signals to the television stations where they were announcing the coup, and they did other things we weren't told. But the word Nigeria came out a lot, and we helped them. And then our fighter jets were sent back when everything was stable. Imagine all we were doing for another country. Today, 2 or 3 days later, we're now looking at that coup. 3 people are wanted for that coup, and President Talon has said nothing about Nigeria. Nothing about the Nigerian government. And so many Nigerians are really pissed off because they feel that we went to help them to end their own coup, blah, 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 blah. And he hasn't said a thing about us helping to stabilize his democracy. Do you think Nigeria should really have gone into Benin Republic? I don't think so. We shouldn't have. We shouldn't have to put our own troops on the line because we want to stop their own troops from taking over their government. No one's saying that dictatorship, I don't like that word. It really doesn't exist. You know, this military word dictatorship, no one's saying it's good or bad, but when a coup is happening in another country, in my 61 years of life, I've rarely seen Nigeria go in to stop a coup. Nigeria has gone into many countries in Africa on peacekeeping missions and all, but a coup? Now, look at it this way. All these French countries in West Africa, they are trying to dislodge themselves from France. They know that Macron is very good friends with Tinubu. Imagine. So now they're going to think, oh yeah, Macron is behind Tinubu sending fighter jets over there. In other words, work for us underground. That's their thought. Okay? Now, that is their thought in Burkina Faso. If you say 2 plus 2 is 4, okay, it sounds right. It is right. But sometimes when you add 2 and 2 together, it's not 4. Burkina Faso has been plagued by so many suspicions of coups. I don't know how many so far. Some people say it's like 15 or 16 coup attempts on Traoré. But Traoré is very, very cautious of what he does, where he goes. I mean, look at him at the inauguration of Mahama of Ghana. He had his gun in his holster. And some people said he wasn't supposed to come there with that gun. Others are saying that in case somebody tries to kill him, he'll shoot first and you can ask questions later. At the end of the day, guys, look at what just happened. Nigeria just helped Benin Republic, a French colony, a once French colony, to thwart a coup. And all of a sudden, they see whatever plane, cargo plane, is going in their airspace. They're going to feel suspicious. Our president used to be the president of ECOWAS, right? So at one point there, was it 3 years ago or 2 years ago, 2023? Didn't Tinubu try to invade Niger Republic, another French country, right next to Burkina Faso? They have their own alliance of Sahel states now. They don't trust anybody. You know how I say trust nobody? Because the enemy is always within. I've told you the story of my family, Matthew 10:36. The enemy is right there in your household. If Traoré is actually, trying to destabilize anyone trying to destabilize him, they said he tends to suspect a lot of Western nations a lot, America and more, that he doesn't want their interference in his government. If in fact he's like that, and you have people like Tinubu very close with Macron, he doesn't trust anybody. There is no ECOWAS. It's a Matthew 10:36 situation here. The enemy is in your household. The enemy is in ECOWAS. The enemy is in Africa. So African leaders literally don't trust each other. And this is what I want to say about this first episode of Politrix. You have to really look at it. Okay, the Nigerian Air Force has done damage control by sending out a statement saying, oh, our C-340, 140, whatever the plane is, our seaplane had some technical issues, so we had to land in an emergency. And that's how come we ended up in Burkina Faso's restricted airspace. They have to cover up. And Burkina Faso has to be cautious because sometimes the enemy will use a friend to get to you. We know that. We can give you human examples where people who were close to the leader, okay, killed the leader. Look what happened with Burkina Faso's Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara was the leader there, and the way he was a Pan-African, was revolutionary. And look how they killed him. And he has 6 bodyguards. I hope you've gone to Burkina Faso and see the graveyard of Sankara. There's 6 other tombs right next to his own tomb, 3 on each side. Those are his bodyguards that they shot along with him. So it's very important that we study what's going on. Forget what the newspapers are telling you. Nigerian media is owned by the politicians, businessmen, and their friends. I'm telling you as a political analyst, all right? This is what I'm going to be doing now. I've done a lot of political and terrorism analyst work on some of the major news networks, BBC, CNN, and all that, by 2002, 2009. And the last one I did was 2014. But now I'm going to be doing this in 2026. We're going to be analyzing political situations all over the world. And that's it for today on Dr. Kemi Politrix.